Carlos. I mean, they put on a hell of a show for us on Sunday night. We can talk all day about the talents on these two teams. We can talk all day about how both defenses kind of underperformed with where they should be at. But at the end of the day, Carlos, we're in week one, but the end goal is to get to the Super Bowl there in February. Both of these teams have yet to see that with these elite quarterbacks at helm. What is it going to take for them to get over that hump and get into the Super Bowl this year? Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Beardzone Sports Talk. My name is David. I got Carlos with me as always, and we will be breaking down. This is the Beardzone prime time episode every week. Every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Beardzone is going to be covering the primetime games, the Sunday night and the Monday night games. So be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to follow along for this season. Carlos, everyone was saying that the Bucks and the Falcons game was probably going to be the game of the week, but the Bills and Ravens said, hold my beer, and they put on a show for us on Sunday night. Carlos, I'm not lying. I literally said to my wife, we were sitting on the couch, and she fell asleep, and I'm starting to fade, and I look at the score, and it's 34-19, midway through, like, the third or, towards the end of the third quarter, and I go, hey, I'm calling it. The Ravens are kicking their ass. I'm just going to go to bed. Next thing I know, I get a notification on my phone from the guy who both me and you follow, JPA Sports. Shout out to him, man. That guy is incredible with his time. He just breaking news all the time. But I get a notification on my phone that says, oh my God, Derrick Henry fumbled the ball. This game just got interesting. And I'm like, son of a... So I turned the game back on, and sure enough, the Buffalo Bills are right back in this game. Josh Allen does what Josh Allen does, and the Buffalo Bills ended up getting the win 41-40 in Buffalo thanks to the leg of Matt Prater. That guy still kicks the ball, man. So tell me everything that you got from this Sunday night game, because that was exciting.
Well, I was so happy the Buffalo Bills won. Just ecstatic. I couldn't even sleep the whole rest of the night. Yeah, it's a great game, man. I'm always amazed by Derrick Henry. Running backs are supposed to slow down at 30, but the long runs he broke for touchdowns. If there was 150 yards of green ahead of him, nobody catches this guy. I'm amazed how big and how fast he is. The speed is just amazes me. But I don't know why. He's been doing it for years, but freaking that fumble, man, when it happened, I just was like, they're up 15 with 4 minutes to go, a little over 4 minutes, and then he fumbles, and I'm just like, and then you get the touchdown from the Bills. I don't even know who Josh Allen was throwing it to, and Keenan Coleman catches it. Like, I don't even know where the ball was going, and he just happens to catch it. I'm just like, yep. Bills are going to win. It's going to be one of those nights where just things are just going their way. Yeah, man, I don't know. The Bills just seem to find a way to win regular season football games. And I quote, regular season football games, because they haven't figured out the postseason. Yeah, they haven't figured out the postseason yet. But
well, it seems like both the Ravens and the Bills can't figure out the postseason, but man, regular season, they put on a show, and I absolutely love it. Keon Coleman, let's talk about him. Last year, rookie year, didn't have the year that, Buffalo Bills fans were hoping from him, especially after they gave up the trade to the Kansas City Chiefs, and they moved up in front of the Buffalo Bills to get Xavier Worthy. Then, then they traded out again. Carolina got Xavier Legette, and then they ended up getting Keon Coleman. So not big physical receiver, doesn't have the breakaway speed that you would like for the home run guy. But man, he showed up last night, 8 catches, 112 yards, that touchdown there at the end of the game to kind of help push them into the lead. And then, of course, you have Josh Allen, man, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 2 touchdowns through the air, 394 yards, 33 of 46. I mean, let's not forget, just a short 2 or 3 years ago, we were writing Josh Allen off as a bust, and the Buffalo Bills were needing to move on from this guy. Thank God they didn't listen to the critics, because they have themselves a special player. The offense runs through this guy. He leads this team and wills this team to victory. And the Buffalo Bills, man, this is, I'll tell you this, Carlos, and I know you're not going to like it because you're a Miami fan, but this is the type of game that Super Bowl teams win. These are the types of games, these close games, these games that you have to fight back, grind back for. These are the type of games to do it. Now, will it translate? Who knows? It's only week one. We'll see what happens. It's a long season ahead of us. But at the end of the day, the Buffalo Bills got it done.
You could be right. This could be games where Super Bowl winners teams Super Bowl that play, but it is the Ravens. Let's not forget the Dolphins were down to them like 28 points and came roaring back. And it just may be a Ravens issue because there's no reason that Ravens defense should be giving up 41 points. If there's a disappointing factor for one of these two teams, that Ravens defense on paper looks stacked, and I was surprised that they gave up 41 points. I really thought they were going to win this game. Them scoring in the 30s and Buffalo around 20. They just have so much talent on each level, and it's disappointing that they gave up 41 to the Bills. Not that the Bills are a good offense; they're very hard to defend because of Josh Allen. It's just you figured that you could go one-on-one more on the outsides. Keon Coleman's not going to burn you down the field. Shakur may be the guy who has that speed. Joshua Palmer, there's no threat there. So, and then you have James Cook just out of the backfield. But
I will say that Josh Allen looked at Joshua Palmer a lot last night.
He did. I mean, they had to throw the ball because they were just behind, but. It's crazy that a team, when you normally see a team rush for as much as the Ravens did, you just assume that there's a domination going on, but it's not.
Well, there was. Carlos, you're saying that the Buffalo Bills scored 41 points, and you're absolutely right with that because that was the final score, but 22 of those 41 points came in the fourth quarter. What happened?
What happened? Same thing they did with the Dolphins when the Dolphins had that same thing where Tua throws 6 touchdowns that game. God, we need that guy back.
Yeah, you want that Tua back.
Yeah, I want that Tua back badly. But, it's something the Ravens have done in the past where they get ahead and they just can't seem to close it out. And this is a game they should have closed out easily. There's no reason for that. And Derrick Henry's not a guy who fumbles a lot, so it's just one of those things.
No.
So you can't, and the guy rushed for 169 yards on 18 attempts. Like, he did his job that game. Like, you can't.
He averaged almost 10 yards a carry.
I
mean, that's insane. That's just incredible.
No, it is. And here's my thing, and I go back and I get hate all the time about Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson is a star-studded athlete, amazing on the football field, but this is another reason why I don't feel he's going to win a Super Bowl. Is if you look at Josh Allen's stat line, he threw to like 8-9 different receivers. Lamar just kind of really focused in. 143 yards of the 209 yards he threw were to Zay Flowers. You got Mark Andrews, DeAndre Hopkins making an appearance. I thought that guy was retired.
DeAndre Hopkins made that one-handed catch there in the third quarter make it the 34-19. So that was the one touchdown from him. And then, Carlos, to kind of add to that stat line, you said 209, 143 was from Zay Flowers. Well, Lamar Jackson only completed 14 passes last night, and 7 of those completions were to Zay Flowers as well. He did seem to really kind of hone in on that. Now, I will say this. I feel like that's just how the offense runs, though, right? I mean, they're going to give the ball to Derrick Henry. He's an absolute workhorse until Father Time decides to wake up on this guy. Yeah. He's there. That's just going to continue to happen. Lamar Jackson had 6 rushes for 70 yards, and really that should probably be 100 yards with that one scramble that he did when he ran almost 30 yards back and then ended up getting like the first down. Don't know how that happens. I've only seen that in Madden games. But this offense for the Baltimore Ravens, it's very predictable. And I think that is their downfall. It's going to be pound the rock with Derrick Henry, try and wear out this defense, try and get them tired, and then if Derrick Henry isn't doing the job, which he rarely doesn't, then give it to Lamar, have him run around, have him make those defenders tired, and then we have a burner in Zay Flowers to beat anybody in the secondary. So I feel like that's just kind of their go to, scheme, and it does usually work because they're a very successful team in the in the regular season. But again, these are two teams that are so successful, and every year some expert out there has either the Baltimore Ravens or the Buffalo Bills winning the Super Bowl for what, the past like 4 or 5 years. Every year there's that.
This expert, but
Well, luckily
yes.
we're just fans of the game, and we're not on any TV ad show that is actually worth anything. So, but what is it gonna have to be, Carlos? I mean, they put on a hell of a show for us on Sunday night. We can talk all day about the talents on these two teams. We can talk all day about how both defenses kind of underperformed with where they should be at. But at the end of the day, Carlos, we're in week one. But the end goal is to get to the Super Bowl there in February. Both of these teams have yet to see that with these elite quarterbacks at helm. What is it going to take for them to get over that hump and get into the Super Bowl this year?
The good thing for both teams, it is week one. Both offenses are gonna Buffalo's gonna do what Buffalo does. They're gonna win the East. They're gonna win double digits games, and they'll probably get to the postseason, and then something happens on there. And here's what happens, I think, and this is gonna sound a little crazy because both are playing. They become predictable as well as they rely so much on the quarterback for Buffalo. And if once you start putting that pressure on him, and he doesn't have that elite other superstar, we thought we had with Stephon Diggs, but I feel Josh Allen puts all the burden on his team, and then that's where the mistake comes. He throws that, he presses too hard, he throws that interception, a fumble comes, and he just like, I'm just going to take over the game and run. But what happens when they start taking away that part? And that's what happens. And that happens with Lamar and Derrick Henry. Hey, we're going to take away the run part and we're going to make you throw. I really thought Lamar took a step forward in his passing game last year, and I didn't see it. I get it. They ran the ball. They ran for 238 yards. I get that. But at the end of the game, Buffalo shut it down, and you got to go somewhere else. You got to get Mark Andrews involved. Great tight end there. Find a way to get even Rashad Bateman had big catches for them last year. So, they took away what made them successful for 3.5 quarters, and then nothing. So they got to figure that piece out. And I don't know if that's coaching or is it the players. I'm not sure what side of that. I don't know if there's. I don't want to say who's to blame, but who's the blame on that part. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna take a quick pause in our episode here. So for our audience, I can probably see that you guys are like, "What the hell are these two guys watching?" JJ McCarthy just threw an absolute dart to Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
To go ahead and take the lead against the Chicago Bears, and then he just got the 2-point conversion with Adam Thielen. So that's what we're eyeing, because we want to go ahead and bring you these live results here towards the end of the episode and talk about this game and everything that we see here. We're trying to stay relevant over here, because everything on the internet, if it's on the internet for an hour, it's about 4 years old.
Yeah, it's always quick.
So. But I'm with you though, Carlos. I think that there has to be a level of unpredictability to these teams come the postseason, and that's why I think we've seen so much success from Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid is one of the best coaches that has ever coached this game, and he always surprises teams with what he has coming for them in the playoffs. He always shows something different.
Yeah.
Always. There's never not one. John Harbaugh, he has a Super Bowl ring. He has a Super Bowl ring, and he won it
He
off of the back of an incredible defense. And they have all the talent in the world to be an incredible defense. But allowing 41 points and allowing 22 of those 41 points up in the fourth quarter, that can't fly. That's something that you cannot do. And that's it's just very underwhelming and underperforming. Carlos, I want to stay on the topic of underwhelming and underperforming. And, we're going to be bringing you new segments this year. We're going to be spicing it up. It's going to be a lot of fun this year. So do us a favor and take a moment. If you're enjoying the episode so far, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Maybe share it with your family and friends. Hey, we would appreciate that. But Carlos, week 1 is in the books. There was a lot of disappointment this week.
a lot.
In general, as just a Miami Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
But I want to hear from you. Is there one specific team outside of the Miami Dolphins, because we did talk about that? Is there one specific team or one specific player that, or just, offensive defensive group that just did not live up to what you expected from them come week 1 of the 2025 season this year?
I mean, obviously the Dolphins are at the top of my list, but if I have to
Right.
pick one, it's really for me, it's the Detroit Lions offense. Seeing with the new offensive coordinator, that was a team that was putting up big numbers last year. I mean, and they didn't lose any talent. It's not like they lost a big name in the offseason. They still have their big guys, but for them to only put up 13 points against, I get the Packers. They have a good defense, but still they put up points on these teams last year, so it was disappointing to see that. They really, it was disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree with that. I really do. I was actually going to pick the Detroit Lions myself here because I thought that you were going to go into another direction since you are more of the fantasy guy here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick on a specific individual, and that is none other than Jamar Chase. Brother, you were probably the number 1 pick in a handful of the leagues out there that are out there right now. Number 1 pick. You probably were a keeper in a lot of leagues. I know that you're in a keeper league.
Yeah.
You go out against the Cleveland Browns, and I'm not trying to say that the Cleveland Browns don't have a good defense, because at the end of the day, if you look at it, they do. They really do. But dude, you're Jamar Chase. You don't put up 3 points, You cannot do that against a team like the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
You have Joe Burrow. He's a healthy Joe Burrow. Get us some points. At least get us double-digit points. But you're sitting there at 3 points for in total. That to me was an absolute abysmal performance for him. And so for me, he's the biggest disappointment. Now, I will say that an honorable mention is another wide receiver that is out there to be considered a top wide receiver, and that's A.J. Brown. Dude only got looked at one time the entire game with the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday night. And, he did catch it, but holy crap. You want to talk about underperforming. Yeah, those 2 guys right there, those are my underperformers of the week. Carlos, you picked you picked the team, you picked the guy, but is there a specific player out there that you want to mention?
Absolutely. The kicker from the Cleveland Browns, Andre Smots. Your team has a chance to win. And in Cleveland, to open the season with a win would have been huge. And he misses, the guy misses the field goal to win it. And it's just disappointing for Cleveland fans. But disappointment and Cleveland kind of go hand in hand. So I guess what's kind of normal.
No, it absolutely does. It really does. So, but okay, Carlos, now let's go on to the more positive side of things. And who was a player or a team that really you said, "Oh, all right, I see you. I see you." Who you got for us?
I got a player for you, and he is up there where little north of us in Duval. That's Travis
Duval.
Duval. It's Travis Etienne, man. He looked good. I
Hey,
mean, he ran the ball well. He had 63 yards, 18 carries. He caught some passes. Like he was good enough to look that they traded Tank Bisbee today. So they're like, yeah, all right, this guy's back. So it was good to see him back uh, because I picked him on my fantasy football team as well. But he looked really good. I think in Liam Combs' offense, he's going to thrive, and I actually think you're going to see Jacksonville just keep getting better. I know they played Carolina, and people are saying it's Carolina, but they look good. I think they just go up from there.
yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I mean, and what's funny is that I believe in sometime in the off season you were talking about Travis Etienne, and it was pretty much nothing but negative. But I mean, nothing but positive from Carlos
Positive.
On Travis this year. Yeah, I was surprised to see that when I saw that headline come across. I was just like, oh wow, okay, well I guess Etienne is their guy there in Jacksonville. You know, do you think that Liam Cohen is going to be able to turn that organization around? I mean, we saw a pretty good offense yesterday. I mean, Liam Cohen did a hell of a job with the run game last year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Bucky Irving. He has a similar back in Travis Etienne. He's going to be able to catch out of the backfield. He's a
Yeah.
shifty back. Do you think that they are finally starting to turn and we can see the full potential of Trevor Lawrence this year in the Jacksonville?
I think so. I think that organization, those players bought into him very quickly, and that was important. I mean, Trevor didn't have the biggest day. He threw for 178 yards. Brian Thomas Jr. didn't really have a good day, but they found a way to work in. They've made a stance. Travis Hunter's going to play on the offensive side of the ball full time, and they'll mix him in defensively here and there. But even Hunter, they got him involved a little bit early, get him a taste. He had 6 catches, not much on the yard part with 33, but they got him involved, and he's got that. I don't know, man. He's kind of goofy, but he's got something. I feel like you're going to see the best season out of
He's
this
like a Nick
offense.
Sirianni, kind of goofy,
Yeah,
but I think the guy, I mean, at the end of the day, he knows ball and he can bring a lot of success to the
yeah.
organization with Jacksonville. I'm excited to see what he can do for Trevor Lawrence because, I mean, Trevor Lawrence was, the next best thing since sliced bread when he was coming
Mhm.
out of college. And then he's had a very unfortunate series of head coaches though since his time in Jacksonville. Um, so I'm hoping that with Liam Cohen we can, find some consistency and build a real strong offense. And I think that he can absolutely do that there. And seeing Travis Hunter play both sides, like truly play both sides the entire game, I was like, this guy is incredible. They need to give that water boy a raise, though. I tell you what, man, the hydration highlights of Travis Hunter alone are incredible, man. That guy was absolutely staying like, "Hey, get your water, man. I got you." Like it was
Yeah,
like they almost had a person assigned for Hunter the entire game. like
they
so,
have to. I mean, if he's in Florida now, man, that body will deplete quickly in this humidity. So, but it was good to
very
see.
quickly.
It was good to see Jacksonville or NTN come back. I liked him in college, uh, coming out of Clemson, and it's just good to see him bouncing back after so many people writing him off.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my performer of the week this week is going to be not, I mean, and I didn't want to be biased, right? I was gonna pick a Mecca Ibuka, but I'm not gonna be biased, right? I'm not gonna be biased. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be a good co-host. And I'm gonna go against you. Daniel Jones is my guy for the week, man,
Uh,
because that guy absolutely lit it on fire. 272 yards, 22 of 29, 1 passing touchdown, 0 interceptions, and then he adds insult to injury with 2 more rushing touchdowns. On then 33-8 victory over the Miami Dolphins, and this guy he brought life back into this Indianapolis Colts organization. I'm very excited for Daniel Jones.
you know,
Carlos said it yesterday. Daniel Jones is not considered to be an elite quarterback, but I think that he is a good quarterback, and I think that with Shane Steichen, I think that he can do a really good job.
He always had that weird deer in the headlights looking at the Giants, and people like, he doesn't know what he's doing. The good thing is he had the same look yesterday. He does know what he's doing. That's just the way he looks. So, I mean,
He just looks
yeah,
surprised all the time.
yeah, like, it's Danny Dimes. What are you going to
Yeah, he's like those girls without the eyebrows, just always just
do?
shocked at everything that they see. So, but Daniel Jones is my guy for the performer of the week here. Carlos, we got 3 minutes left in this Minnesota Chicago Bears game. I want to go ahead and I want to now bring our attention to this. We don't necessarily have to do a live play by play, but this game started out, man. I think Caleb Williams started for 10 for 10. He was on fire, brought a ton of energy, looked like a different Caleb Williams than what we saw last year. And I have to say, from a hater of Caleb Williams, I admit that I am a hater of Caleb Williams. I texted you and I said, damn, he looks really, really good right now. And I mean, think about it. He has Ben Johnson. Look at what Ben Johnson was able to do for. I mean, we just talked about the Lions or the Lions offense not having that spark that they had last year. Well, this team came out with a spark this game. Now, I will say, as of right now, the Minnesota Vikings are leading. They are driving the ball down the field, and they are running down the clock. It is a 3-1 with 2:59 left. They're winning 20-17. But Carlos, it's week 1. Let's get a little overreaction here. Is Caleb Williams going to be like everything that we had hoped for coming this year?
As the non-Caleb Williams hater of the group, I think he's got. I mean, if you look at these two young quarterbacks that are playing, I mean, could you ask for two better coaches to be coaching you? I mean, Kevin O'Donnell, Ben Johnson.
Speaking of, J.J. McCarthy just ran it in, I do believe, to probably seal this thing off.
Oh yeah,
it's now
done.
26-17 now. JJ, man, but can continue with the coaches.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect place for these two guys, and Kevin O'Connell is like the quarterback whisperer. So, and JJ was looking really rough earlier. Like he didn't look like
he
was looking rough, but he's persevering. I was starting to write him off and text you like they should have never got rid of Sam Darnold. But this Bears defense isn't real stingy either. And the Vikings defense is pretty good, especially stopping the run. But Caleb is making some pretty impressive throws, man. I wish they could have got this guy a little bit. They improved their offensive line. It still needs a lot more improvement, but man, JJ is fired up right now. Yeah, I like Caleb. I like the way he was throwing the ball on the run, man. He's got some zip. He's got the players around him. They just, it's going to take a little bit more time, but I think you're going to see a better Caleb Williams this year than we did last year. I had I think a bold statement that he might be the best quarterback when it's said and done that comes out of this draft. You got some catching up to do with Jaden Daniels, but it looks better. JJ actually looking pretty good, man, playing with a lot of fight. I'm just hoping he's not going to be the next Will Levis that plays with just all intensity.
Well, I mean, whether or not it is, if it turns into wins, like it looks like that it's going to be here for the Minnesota Vikings, unless if Caleb Williams can rally back. This game has really kind of been the tale of two kind of halves, really. I mean, Caleb Williams, like I said earlier, he came out 10 for 10, was lighting it up, was running the ball. Man, his pocket like presence and his, movement and everything was absolutely incredible. He looked really, really good there getting out of the pocket and dishing the ball out. He was accurate, very accurate with a lot of his throws. But I mean, now we're here late in the fourth quarter and we have Caleb Williams now sitting at 18 for 30. So just over the 50% completion passing, only 159 yards. And then he has 45 yards and one rushing touchdown. So he hasn't turned the ball over. That's not something that he's really struggled with. Even last year, I think he only threw like 6 interceptions. Um, it's just, man, this is what do the Bears need? Because I feel like that they have a lot of good pieces here, but at the end of
Hey,
the day, man, this Vikings teams, they ended up getting them figured out pretty
oh,
quickly.
big pass over the middle. Cole Kmet getting in
Was
the
that
game a little bit.
Yeah, was that Loveland? I don't know.
No, that
Oh,
was Kmet.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought he had DJ Moore there.
that's the thing. I think with this team, they got to help out a little bit with Caleb. Is yeah. I mean, DJ Moore and Dunes, they have to create more separation. Like Loveland will get there; he's a rookie, but they need those two guys to win more on the outside. And Minnesota is a tough team, man. It's not a This is a good defense. So they just need these two guys to win more. This is just a bad throw on Caleb here with DJ Moore.
Yeah, Caleb Williams
He
let
should have
it
had
let it
down.
soar just a little bit too
Yeah.
much there to DJ Moore. Now we're at
I,
second and
I
10 with 2:25 to go here.
I will say one thing. Caleb looks fast, man. When he ran for his
He
touchdown and
does.
he's running out of the pocket, he is running away from these guys. I couldn't believe how fast he was. Oh man,
Well,
that's
like I
enough.
said, man, his pocket movement and pocket awareness early in the game was unbelievable. I mean,
Yeah.
he was getting out of there. He was making really smart decisions. So, JJ, I think the game finally slowed down, though, for him. Kevin O'Connell, just like you said, man, the guy's a genius. Couldn't have a better coach, coaching these two young quarterbacks with Ben Johnson and Kevin O'Connell. But let's go to the Vikings really quick here. The Vikings, JJ McCarthy, this is technically his rookie season, right? I don't think we're going to count last year as his rookie year as he was
Uh,
injured and out the entire year. But what do you expect from Minnesota this year?
I think they'll be good. I mean, they're good. The defense is good enough. I mean, they're a top half defense, so they stop the run real well. They need a little bit more out of Dallas Turner to get some more, him to get more pressure on the quarterback. That would definitely help. But I think JJ gets better. You hit it the nail on the head there. I was watching the Cowboys documentary on Netflix, and Troy Aikman said that he's like, there's a part in every game that the game slows down, and it did the second half for JJ McCarthy. Like there's a big penalty here on Minnesota, giving a little bit of life
Yeah.
to, but
Well,
and it did. It
you're a
definitely
little
did.
bit behind. Oh, wait, no. I
No,
might be a little bit behind.
no, I think we're on the same page. I was just seeing some replays here. But that was a nasty hit. We're owing about your O was out, but that's a big hit to the quarterback and the receiver there that just got DJ Moore just got
Yeah.
clapped. And they're gonna get a penalty here. I think they're gonna get a roughing the passer. If they already
Roughing the
did.
passer. Hey, let's
Yeah.
talk about roughing the passer, man. Well, how do we feel about this penalty? Because I
I,
feel like it's getting a little too ridiculous. Now, what we're seeing here with Caleb, yes, I mean I can
I,
understand because it's helmet to helmet. That's what they're going to get
this
him
is
for.
this is definitely one, and he launches himself, so that's definitely, uh, yeah. I mean, it's definitely and he's probably doing it to try to bat the pass down, but unfortunately, you get helmet to helmet. Um,
But
I
what
mean,
I don't like with this whole pass interference, roughing the passer is that there was a roughing the passer call against the Bucks Sunday, and it was against Greg Gaines. And literally, Greg Gaines put his hands up, was like running at the quarterback. Penix got rid of it. You saw as soon as Penix got rid of it, he put his hands up. He's 280, 90 pounds. I mean, running at full speed, whatever
yeah,
that may be. That's a lot of momentum going that direction. He put his hands up, and then he did a kind of like a little turn to try and like get away from him. Penix got hit, flopped down. He Gaines didn't follow, and it was called a
it,
roughing the passer.
it
That to
it's
me should not be called.
it's part of sports. The flop part, the NBA has made it. It's man, I think they train for it. The flopping there and the over exaggeration is ridiculous, and you see it a lot in soccer too. So that's why I don't have my NBA. I'm not a big fan of the NBA because when you're starting to get compared to soccer on stuff like okay, I think enough's enough. But they're going to protect the superstars, man. The quarterbacks are the superstars. As much as Jamar Chase is a star, Joe Burrow's the superstar of that team.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's just they're going to protect these guys. I don't like it either. I think there should be a little bit of common sense maybe in there and be like, hey, you really if he's trying, you're right. There's a when you're a big guy, and me being a big guy, a 300 pounder, when I'm moving forward, I don't stop on a dime, man. It's like a locomotive. There's those tracks, and you see the sparks. Like you can't fault a guy. What are you? Hey, if you don't think you're gonna make it, maybe just slow down a little bit earlier. Yeah, that's gonna get you cut. So I
yeah,
think the Caleb Williams one here is legit. The one you're talking about, Penix, I don't think it is. He is. He's trying to slow down his momentum best he can. He's trying to avoid it. So I think they're
yeah.
just the rule has to have a little bit of gray involved into it.
Yeah. Well, Carlos, as these guys are getting back to play now that the DJ Moore got up, it looked like he was able to walk off of with his own power, which is a good sign. But Carlos, I do have a stat while we're kind of watching the final here. I'm looking at these team stats: third down efficiency, 3 for 11 for Minnesota and 3 for 12 for the Chicago Bears. Is Caleb? Yep. Did he get in?
We'll
Well,
see.
there's a flag, so maybe that's holding. But three for 11 and 3 for 12 on third down efficiency, Carlos. That's not going to win you. That's not going to win you a whole lot of games. Am I
No.
right? Yeah. So can you kind of help the viewers with this stat and why it's so important to get that first down there, coming from the third down?
I mean, it definitely is. I'm sorry. I can't believe how fast he is, man. Caleb was
He's
not
quick.
this fast.
No,
He
he
is.
looks fast. He
He
looks
is.
twitchy, man. He does look twitchy. I will say that.
He doesn't get in there. He's short, but we'll see what the flag is. But
I don't
yeah,
know,
I
man. That
mean,
tip of that football might be crossing the plane.
it's let's see, out. Nah, he's a little short. He's a little short there, but let's see at the flag. It is true, man. You got to keep drives alive. Like the third down efficiency is important. Like you first and foremost should be get the first down and keep going. The longer you can, it's so funny. Offensive lineman as a player when I played offensive line, and that was my side of the ball. You rarely get tired when you're on the defensive side of the ball, you exert a ton of energy. So keeping these defenses on the field is it's important, man. And as a quarterback, if you're on the sideline, man, you can't nothing good can happen. It's like when I'm barbecuing. If you're looking, it ain't cooking. And if you ain't can't be on the field, man, nothing good can happen. But it's especially as a young quarterback, it's insanely important to keep get out there, keep your defense, man, keep that defense
Yeah.
from getting tired because I think that's kind of what's. I feel like the Bears defense the first half was moving and they were all over the place, flying around, and they ran out of gas.
Yeah. Well, it also keeps the momentum for
Yeah,
the quarterback. I mean, the quarterback, can find his rhythm. He can get, kind of there within the same page and, kind of really start getting into a nice little groove here. We got the Chicago Bears lined up here on the 1 yard line, first and goal. Let's see what they do here.
I can't believe how fast Caleb is. Like I'm
Dude, look
still
at that
just stunned.
throw. What a throw. What a play call. Ben
Tell me,
Johnson just
tell
dialed it
me,
up to Roma Dunze.
yeah, tell me, he doesn't look a little bit like um Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying he's Patrick. Everybody's gonna be like, he's not
No,
Patrick,
boy.
but the way he stands, the way he throws the ball, and Mahomes is that way. Mahomes is he weirdly fast too. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I think we're seeing a turn for. I think we're finally going to see a 4,000 yard Chicago Bear quarterback. I feel like we're going to see a way better um, Caleb Williams than we did his rookie season.
Well, I mean, he didn't have a bad rookie season by
Yeah.
any means, whatsoever. So we'll definitely see what's going on there. As of right now, he's at 191 yards for that touchdown that he just threw now. But like you said, man, his you know what it is? I think it's not just his footwork, but it's his throwing motion. I think he might have worked on his throwing motion over the offseason because it looks a little bit different and he looks a lot faster. So
Well,
much faster with the release.
well, his defense is going to have to step up and somehow get 3 quick stops. I don't think they're going to. I think you're going to see 3 running plays. I don't know if they give JJ. I don't know. They might. Kevin O'Donnell's a smart guy. He might do a little play action here, just get this first down and kind of get this game over with. But I mean, Caleb too, man. 58 yards on the ground, touchdowns. Get 2 touchdowns tonight. Like he
Yeah.
looks good. I mean, honestly, the Bears don't look bad. It's not like this Minnesota Vikings team is a bad team. It's a good team, man. They got some good players.
No, for sure. So, Carlos, as we're waiting for this team or this game to kind of wind down, we're here on Tuesday. I know that we're talking about the Monday night game, and it's kind of a weird live reaction here that we're giving you. But we just wanted to, make sure that we're relevant in the games that we are reacting to. But Carlos, tomorrow, tell the people that about the college game that we're going to be. Beardzone College is back. And Carlos, I have to say this. I gave a little teaser. You're a Miami guy, Hurricane guy. I'm a new college guy. I like the Washington. I like Washington a couple of years ago. Last year,
It's
I was
all
kind
because of
of.
Penix. You're kind of all over the
Yeah, I
place.
know, man.
Yes.
I fell in love with Michael Penix, and then he got drafted by the Falcons, and I don't know what to do with my hands at this point. And then last year wasn't really married to any team.
This
Couldn't
guy's
find a
bringing
team
it
to hone
out.
in
What the
on.
hell? Why did you catch the ball 9 yards? Okay, my bad. There. Go ahead. Live
couldn't
reaction.
couldn't couldn't really find a team last year. Was just happy to be a fan of the sport. This year, man, my 3rd season as a college fan, I wanted to find a team. I
It's
wanted
right here. You
to
don't have to
go
go
for a
far.
team.
It's right
And
here.
Carlos, I will say I will be making my announcement tomorrow with what college team I am going to go with.
Oh boy.
It might be Miami, sir. I've been hanging
I
out
don't
with
know.
you
I
a
don't
lot.
know. We're full. I don't know if we're taking applications, but we'll consider your
Hey,
enrollment because once a king, you're always a king. There ain't no going back.
no, I know. No, and this is me committing, not, hey, I'm not trying to ride the hype train or anything else like that. But I had an epiphany over this last weekend, and I go, that's it. That's the team that I'm going to rock with, and I'm going to commit to this team. Tomorrow, I'll be making the announcement. But Carlos, we're on a commercial break, so I have your full attention. So I really want to have you kind of break it down because you're our college guy. What should the people expect tomorrow episode be about?
I mean, I definitely the Florida USF game last week. Gators with
Yeah.
the I don't know what's going on, and then we got another spitting situation in that one. College started out with a bang for week 1. Big games everywhere, and then it's kind of died down. But we got some good games coming up. See if South Florida is going to Miami. Maybe they can pull another upset
Hey.
on there. We got Notre Dame versus Texas A&M. Curious to see how they bounce back with Notre Dame, and then one of our first big Georgia Tennessee coming together. Also, we're going to see like what these 2 teams got as well, but not a lot else going on the slate other than that. But those will be the big 3 games on there, and it's going to be curious to see with the Florida Gators. Also, that whole fan base is in an uproar. They lost the game they shouldn't have lost at home, and they could lose the next 4 to 5 games very easily, and kind of see how that shakes up for them. They got LSU
What's
this
crazy
weekend.
is that there was so much optimism for this year with Lagway and everything else like that, and now it doesn't look that
Have
much.
you seen the meme where it says DJ Lagway, but on his new jersey it says DJ Agunleye, the guy from FSU last year?
Oh,
that was so bad.
no.
And they're like,
no.
we recruited this, but we got this. And I think it's great. The guy's a stud, but let's see here if Bears defense can give us something to. Are we going to see another Buffalo Bills Ravens game here?
Oh my gosh, man, that'd be
And
awesome. Well, I don't know.
Jordan Mason here gets the handoff,
Yeah.
fumbles. Speaking of fumbles, did you see the layman from the Rams punch that ball out against the Texans running back? It was a perfect UFC straight right hand as he's going down and kicks that ball out, or he hits it out, and I'm just like, holy mackerel, man! That's a punch. That's a knockout. That's a knockout punch right there.
That's all peanut punch, right?
Oh my god!
Remember that man, Peanut Tillman? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, man, he was awesome. He was so awesome. I love that guy. And hey, he was a Bear. That's what they need. They need to pull it out.
Pull it out
and get this ball back for Caleb Williams,
they
man.
They seem to take one of those linemen and tape his hand up like, when they're broken and they got that billy club thing. It just ugh.
Well, they got the stop here, so we're gonna have third down. Do the Bears have any time? No, they don't have any more timeouts left, so the clock is going to run. So the Bears might get the ball back, and if they do, it's probably going to be right around the 30 to 40-ish seconds left here. So we shall see. But no, Carlos, I'm excited for the college episode tomorrow, man. I'm really excited for that. I'm also excited. Hey, stay tuned because on the Friday episode, we are going to be doing our picks. Yes, Beardzone Game Day Picks of the Week is officially back. We're going to have the records down below. Last year, at the end of the season, it kind of got up a little bit, but I do want to say that I believe I was in the lead when we decided to take it slow on that.
Conveniently.
Yeah, conveniently it was, that. So, but we're going to be making our picks, so be sure to stay tuned in for that, so then that way we can play along with you guys. We had a lot of fun with that last year as well. So we got a lot of segments. Carlos, I know that we've been talking about a segment called the Big Man on the Block. You're an offensive, defensive line kind of guy. We want to talk and we want to give honorable mention to those guys down there in the trenches, because week after week after week, we have those guys making plays that just get overlooked.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. Carlos, you know who the Minnesota Vikings need right now? They need Scatabo, because that guy was running everyone over the other day.
That guy.
I saw a video where he ran over his own teammate.
He doesn't care.
He just doesn't care. He's just a full head of steam right up the gut. So we got about 45 seconds here. Yeah, man.
They're
the Bears are only gonna have like 15 seconds, 10 seconds left, man.
Enough.
So this game might.
They're gonna take this down, get the penalty, take their 5 yards, and if they were smart, they would kick it with one. Try to time this out, like hike it with 1 second, and that'll take even more time off the clock. So, but it looks like, barring a huge punt return here, I think the Minnesota's gonna be 1-0. The J.J. McCarthy era has begun, and he's undefeated.
Hey, shout outs to J.J. McCarthy. Going into Chicago, going up against a divisional opponent, and you got the win. It was a slow game, it started off slow for you, but I think the game eventually slowed down for him, and he was able to go ahead and find his rhythm there. Hey, he looked good, man. He looked good. And he has a C on the chest, man. When he has a C on the chest and you have a young quarterback with a C on the chest, that says a lot about who the guy is.
I just, in case anybody's watching and wants to see all this craziness, we got the Bucks right here. You forgot to take with you. We got your Bucks football up here. We got the Dolphins, Chicago Cubs here, Miami Hurricanes. They're like, this guy's all over the place.
Yeah, this guy doesn't know what the hell he wants. He's just going with the next best thing.
I'm just looking for a winner. Just want a winner.
After yesterday's performance, so. But yeah, we are going to be looking for the winner. So we do apologize. This is the first time that we're kind of doing this. Hey, maybe we will start doing it live. Maybe we'll have a primetime watch party here towards the end.
I feel that we're we could be like the next Troy Aikman, Tony Romo combination here. And I
I don't want
think
to be Tony Romo. I get enough hate.
I'll do Romo. I'm used to the hate.
Although B- Joe Buck doesn't get too much love either. I don't think any of the commentators get a lot of love anyway.
No.
The internet is absolutely brutal. So, but yeah, maybe we can start doing a live. Hey, let us know down there in the comment section. Would this have been better live to watch along with us? Because this is what the Beard Zone is all about. Just two guys who love football, want to talk about football, and want to bring along the people along for the ride. So, I mean, we can trash talk each other, tell each other how stupid we are with our decisions and our picks that we want to make. And it's just going to be fun. Can we please stop with the penalties and just get this damn game over with, Carlos?
It's
I
never
don't know
going to
how
end.
much more time we can fill in right now, Carlos. I've been trying to
Well,
reel you in for the last 30 minutes.
I'm not sure what you call that first play where it's hiked. I don't know if he fumbled it to DJ Moore or what. It was an interesting play. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Yeah. They're definitely, he's not going to sling the ball 85 yards, so. Man. It's
So,
gonna.
but just to have everyone know here, so starting this football season, we're going to have an episode Mondays, Tuesdays. Mondays is going to be the Sunday recap. Tuesdays is going to be the primetime recap. Then we got our college game day on Wednesdays to go ahead and talk to you about all the college football. Definitely stay tuned to go ahead and keep and to see. Oh, that's the game. Game over. Vikings win. So, but Wednesday we're going to be doing our recap for college and looking ahead at some of the games. So be sure to stay tuned as I pick my college. I am committing to a college this year and for the foreseeable future. I have my team now.
I do
football.
have a question. When you make this pick, does Ian Rappaport know, or is he finding out with us of your
unfortunately
pick?
with our short conversation, Ian Rappaport, I believe, did block me, so I don't think we're going to be getting
there's no way he
breaking
blocked.
news.
Do you think
from
he really did? You try texting him back?
I didn't try texting him back.
I
was
don't
just
think
like,
he
you know
blocked
what,
you.
I'm going to leave that interaction as what it was, so that's going to be it. But that's another time. That's another story for another time, Carlos. We're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Follow us down there on all of our social medias. Links is down there in the description. Check out our Sunday recap game if your team played on Sundays. This is now going to be our primetime games where we're going to be talking about Sunday night and kind of giving you a live commentary of Monday night and kind of talking to you about some of our players of the week and stuff like that. But stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff that planned this season. It's only week one. Just like some of these teams out, man, let us iron out some of this stuff and kinks, and we're going to get back into, mid-season form before you know it. So, but we will see all of you college fans on Wednesday and all of you NFL fans on Friday.